And today I'm going to discuss the big four labels that were dominating the airwaves in the mid 90s and early 2000s. I would call them mini majors. They weren't major labels in my eyes, but they were subsidiaries of major labels, and they were doing well for themselves with the roster that they had. And those labels are Bad Boy, Rockefeller, Murder Inc., and Rough Riders. All right, and I'll be discussing that. My name is Gungu Roach. I'm in the publishing business, copyright business. If you need my help, hit me on the DM. So let's get it started. So basically, let's start with Rough Riders. I got a couple of clients with Rough Riders. If you were signed to Rough Riders, chances are they were asking for publishing, more like a 75-25, 75 for you, 25 for them on the publishing end. That would also go for the producers, and it seems like they would also, split points with you on the points portion, off the master also if he was a producer. And also if he was an artist, your contract would more likely be cross-collateralized. And cross-collateralization would mean if my first album did great and I recouped, all good, I'm getting my money. But if my second album flopped, they would take those royalties from the first album and to pay back what's owed on the second album or third album or what have you. So that's basically what cross-collateralization is. And I've seen it happen to the best of them. So that's just the way it goes. But Rough Riders is, a good label to be on. They did well for themselves. And, it just was what it was. So that was what was going on with Rough Riders from what I knew. Also very similar was Murder Inc. Murder Inc. was very similar with taking 75, doing the 75-25 with the producers and artists. There's very, very similar deal on that end also. I do not know though if the contracts were course collateralized. I may have knew, but I forgot. But I can't speak on that because I don't know about that. They may have been, who knows. Also, Rockefeller. Good thing about Rockefeller though was they didn't ask you for no publishing over at Rockefeller. Rockefeller, every artist that I know that was with Rockefeller got all their publishing, producers included. So you got all your real estate. So I mean, there was nobody really mad over there, with compared to other artists or producers signed to other places. You know what I'm saying? So Rockefeller was a good place to be. Very successful. I'm sure a lot of money was made for everybody. It was a good thing. I think also Loud Records was another company that people aspired to be signed to also. Loud Records, they didn't ask for any publishing either. So that was a good thing with Loud Records. I can't be mad at them about that. I do know a couple of artists that point structure wise in the artist royalty, and they weren't too happy about how many points they got on their project. But I guess you get what you negotiate. So, it is what it is. That's between you and your lawyer and how hard he fought, And we can get to the infamous Bad Boy Records. They definitely was asking for publishing, for producers and artists. Not all producers were getting their publishing taken though, so that didn't go for all producers. But there were some producers that signed up, and they gave some of their publishing rights up. And most artists signed to Bad Boy had to give up publishing, but not all. There might have been maybe off top like 3 or 4. If you had leverage to go to other labels, they weren't going to ask for your publishing. So say like Shine could have went to other labels. I think other labels wanted him, so he got all his publishing. French Montana was going through a bidding war pretty much. 2010, 2011, a bunch of people wanted him. Kanye, Rick Ross, a whole bunch of people wanted him.